Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So today I thought I would cover another couple of transfer rumours. Actually, in fact, it's a couple of incomings and a couple of outgoings, or potential outgoings anyway. They're all rumours, of course, but I just thought the other day you guys seemed to really enjoy the sort of rumour video I made the other day. So I thought I'd do it again. So we're going through a couple of rumours here. Some of them are quite interesting, some of them are a bit meh, but the rumours either way, and they're really fun, and you guys seem to enjoy it again. So if you are enjoying these rumour videos, please hit the like button for me. It's always massively appreciated. So the first one, which came out yesterday, I'm recording this on Monday the 6th. So the first one is one that I didn't really expect, and it certainly didn't really hype many people up over social media. In fact, it annoyed quite a lot of people for understandable reasons. But I think I actually quite like this signing, and I actually expressed that on Twitter, and that actually pissed people off. So it might piss you guys off as well. But either way, we have been linked with 31-year-old Jay Spearing. So, okay, before you start shouting at me and call me an idiot in the comments, of course, I did say on social media that, you know, I don't mind him as a player. I think he is a decent player, but it just isn't what we needed. And people translated that for me saying that he's the best player on earth and that I'm an idiot and a dickhead is what I got told on Twitter anyway, but that isn't what I said. Basically, I don't mind him. I think he would be better than a few of our central midfielders we've got. I think just because people see him as a 31-year-old, people deem that as someone who is really old, and a lot of people said it's Grant Ledbetter 2.0, which I don't really think he is. Every time we have played him, be it against Bolton or Blackpool, he's bossed the midfield. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, he's 5'7", which is incredibly short. It's definitely not what we need in the midfield. But, you know, he's tenacious, he's a battler, and he's a leader, which is something we absolutely lack 100% throughout the squad, in my opinion. So, you know, if we picked him up on a free, would it be the worst thing in the world, is what I was saying. No, I don't think it will be by any stretch of the imagination, and I would absolutely welcome him as a signing because I think he's okay, he's decent, and he's a leader, and that's it. But I just don't think it's exactly what we need. It isn't. We need some athleticism, we need some pace, creativity throughout the midfield, and Jay Spearing isn't exactly that. Do you know what I mean? I'm 31 years of age. He isn't the slowest person in the world. I think a lot of people pretend to know him more than what they do. All they see is a label of a 31-year-old 5'7" lad and just say, oh God, it's some old short guy. Do you know what I mean? When it isn't, you have to watch him because he is a good player, and I think it's highly unfair just to read his description and then make your judgments from that. That's just stupid. Do you know what I mean? So for me, if that was to happen, I would definitely wouldn't be against it. It's just, like I say, it isn't exactly what we need right now. So next up, we'll go to a potential outgoing, which is something we've already touched upon in a previous video, and that is, of course, Tom Flanagan. So Tom Flanagan, he has a contract offer on the table for him to sign with us and re-sign with us again. But it has been rumoured that, and the very strong rumours, that both Coventry City, who have just gone up from League One, of course, and Birmingham, Championship Birmingham, do also want his signature as well. But it has been rumoured again. I will be saying that a lot because this is all rumours. That's what the whole video is about. It is rumoured that he's actually very, very close to re-signing for us, which to me I think that would be great because he could quite easily go off to the Championship, probably earn a little bit more money. If we're, you know, not going to lie, he probably would do up there. Or he might not do. It depends. Again, it's all rumours, it's all speculation. But I would imagine he would be looking at some pretty handsome numbers if he is to move up to the Championship. But if he did sign for us, that would be. It does show his commitment to the club, and he does want to get promoted with us and not move elsewhere. And like I've said, you know, in the past, I probably have slated Tom Flanagan at times, maybe a bit too much or maybe a bit too harshly. But, you know, I think my main thing with Tom Flanagan is that he is prone to an error just like any other defender or any other player for that matter. But I just don't think he's the best centre-back in League One. That's it. And for a team that is supposed to be, obviously, going for promotion, winning the league, or at least the top two in the automatic promotion places, you want, or you kind of expect the best of the best for that league at least. And I just don't believe that Tom Flanagan is one of the best centre-backs in the league, but it doesn't mean to say that he can't do a job, because I do think he can. Particularly if we're playing the three at the back, I think him on the left-hand side of that three, I think he can be all right. But when we do play a four at the back, and he's a part of a partnership of two in the centre, that's when I think his weaknesses start to show quite considerably, and he can get caught out time and time again. Whereas within a back three, I think he's okay. I think he's decent, and he's definitely very versatile. He can play as a centre back, left, right, if absolute necessary. But we don't really see him there. But he can play on the left hand side of defence as well, which is it's really nice to have that that versatility at the back. So there we are. So we think that Tom Flanagan, he seems closer to be signing for us than he is for anyone else, but Coventry and Birmingham are rumoured to believe to be looking for his signature. Now, next up, another potential incoming, which has been going on pretty much the last sort of 30 days now, but that is Ben Alnwick, who did used to play for us, a goalkeeper who did used to play for us. He's now 33 years of age. He played for us between, I think it was around 2004, 2007, in the first team anyway. He did come up through our academy. As a very young lad, he did actually come up and he did play for us. I think it was the season where we went down and Niall Quinn did take over as manager temporarily. He was sort of the manager / owner as well, or chairman at least, sorry. And then it was the season where, of course, Roy Keane did come into play. And he did play the sort of opening 10 to 15 games. I actually really, really liked him. Or at least it was the sort of opening sort of 5 to 10 games maybe. I actually quite liked him. I was quite excited by him because it was a young goalkeeper that was coming through. He was homegrown talent, and that's what everyone wants to see. Everyone likes to see homegrown talent come through, and I quite like the look of him. But then, of course, then Roy Keane came in. He brought in more experienced goalkeepers. He kind of fell to the side. But then Spurs came in and they did actually buy him. But then Spurs went out and loaned him to, I think it was a good 7 or 8 different clubs. There was quite a few he went to. He was like, I think at times he was at Carlisle, Leeds at one point. He'd been through several. It was a good 7 or 8 throughout his career, and even through the loan spells where he went out to different teams, he never managed to get himself a first team place throughout his entire career. It was only until I think it was 2000, probably 13, 14, maybe 15. I probably have to look up. It was basically mid 2010s, if that makes sense, where he did finally manage to get himself some first team football in terms of solidifying himself as a number 1 goalkeeper, and that was with Peterborough for 2 or 3 seasons before he did leave. He's been to Bolton, where again he solidified himself as a number 1 goalkeeper. So it has taken him a long time to get himself a number 1 spot somewhere, but now we could potentially get him as a free agent. And do I think that, it's an okay signing? It would be like a 5 out of 10 signing because he's a League 1 goalkeeper. That's it. He's a League 1 goalkeeper. I still think, neither Lee Burge or Alnwick would be as good as John McLaughlin, who's just left. Of course, I don't think that's the case, but he's a League 1 goalkeeper. Would I be against it? Andy's on a free. No, I wouldn't. I think it'd be decent to see those 2 goalkeepers, Lee Burge and Alnwick, go up against each other to see who can get that number 1 spot. I would imagine it being Lee Burge, because like I've said before, I don't think Lee Burge is a million miles away from John McLaughlin. I just don't believe he is as good. He definitely isn't. And it retouches on the point that I've said before in the past, that we keep on replacing with players that are just nearly as good, but are always lesser than what we already had. So if Alnwick came, then, like I said, it's a 5 or 6 out of 10. It's nothing special. A bit like Spearing. It's nothing special, but I wouldn't be, going mad about it, and, it's just nothing to really shout about. It is what it is. But finally, the last rumour that has actually came out today, this morning, as I made this video, it was quite a surprising one, really, and that is that Charlie Wyke is attracting interest from Ipswich, who, of course, will definitely be wanting to improve on their season just gone in League One. They're going to be wanting to be going for a promotion place, absolutely, and why not? Because Ipswich did have themselves a place in the top 2 for a long period of the season before dropping away and having a really bad turn of form. But they do want to go for Charlie Wyke. It looks as though they want to make him the forefront of their attempt to go up to the Championship next season, which for me it's dumbfounding that anyone really wants to go for Charlie Wyke, as much as I think he's probably a nice guy. He tries hard, but I've said it time and time again, he's a poor footballer, particularly as a striker. He did decent at Bradford once upon a time, but for us, he's been appalling. It has to be said. If we are being honest and we are being ruthless, I would happily ship him off to Ipswich. And if they end up spending a bit of money, give us 500k for him, 500k up to £1 million, which even then, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. But those are the kind of rumoured numbers that I am hearing. Even at 500k, I would, I'd pay for the taxi myself for him to go down to Ipswich. So, do you know what I mean? So, if that is the case, then I think that would actually be a really good piece of business, because that'd free us up to get a striker with that money who maybe will do a lot better than Charlie Wyke. And up top, we 100% we need pace and strength. I mean, you know, we keep saying that Charlie Wyke is this target man with strength, maybe not pace, but strength, but he gets bullied in this league. So, you know, I'm not trying to put Ipswich fans off him, but he's not strong, he isn't a target man, and he's not very good, which is a bit harsh, but we do need pace. And I think for 500k, you can get a decent pacey striker out there. Do you know what I mean? There's Semenyo, who I did mention in the podcast with Tom White the other day. I can't imagine him going for too much because, you know, he hasn't really played too much for his parent club. He didn't really play that much for us either. But if we did want to get a little pacey player, I think you'd be able to get him easy for peanuts. And there's players out there that are on free agents. There are a couple of players, or at least there's going to be teams now in League One that are going to want to. Well, they're going to have to sell the greatest assets to make some money financially, because during this time, during this pandemic, teams are going to be struggling for cash. So we might be able to get some really, really good deals, but you never know. You don't know what the market is like right now. But yes, that just seems to be right now all of the rumours. What do you guys think? Are there any rumours you've seen? Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what you think about the rumours we have spoke about today. But if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.